So let's start by taking a moment and think about the people you connect with every day. All the people that put together are the people that make your life your life. So that may be your parents, your friends, your boss. And those are the important people, but they are also the other ones, like the bus driver or the old lady you helped cross the street if you're a good person. People are the best thing that can happen to anyone. And I know this to be true because they are the best thing that ever happened to me. I am lucky to say that I have great friends and great family that support me through everything, through love and success and excitement, but also through disappointment. So when the guy I was dating for 2 months stopped calling me, stopped answering all of my messages, my girlfriends took me out and they said, "Zakia, you've been ghosted. Take a drink and move on." But what if you don't have these girlfriends? What if you don't have this support of network around you? You don't have this family? Actually, it's the people that we don't connect with that I want to talk about. The people that we don't see or that we choose not to see. Over the last few years, I've worked with homeless people here in Scotland, but also around the world. I started with an organisation called the Homeless World Cup. And though they're based in Edinburgh, they work all around the world. What they do is they use the power of football to help. How does that work, you will see? The football players here will tell you what it feels like to score a goal, or what it feels like to be part of a team. So the idea is to use these feelings and the fact that you have to turn up for practice on a Saturday morning when you haven't turned up for much in the last wee while, and help people who need it the most. Help people who live in shelters, on the streets, in prisons or in care. I've been lucky to travel around the world. The picture here was taken in Bosnia-Herzegovina, but I also saw the power of football in prisons in Romania or in favelas in Brazil. More recently, I volunteered on Lesbos Island for the refugee crisis. And during my time there, I was the person people were relying on to get information or to know what to do next. This is the experience that's made me the most angry because it made me realize that the sentence I told you at the beginning isn't true all the time, isn't true for everyone. Otherwise, we wouldn't let people live in the conditions that I saw. Now, back in Scotland, I work and chat and share with homeless people every day in Glasgow and Edinburgh. And every day as I do so, I realize that we have a lot in common. Maybe a taste in cheesy music, or maybe a life experience. So why is it that we don't connect really with homeless people on a daily basis? Why is it that when we see someone on the streets, we just pretend we haven't heard the "Hi, have you got any spare change?" and keep moving forward? If that happened to you tomorrow in the office, what would you think? Let's say you're in and your colleague Amanda from IT comes in and you say, "Oh, hi Amanda, how's your weekend been?" No answer. She just ignores you. What would you think then? That she's rude? Does that mean we are rude? I get it though. I get that homelessness and refugees are issues that are difficult, and they are things that we may not want to talk about or see. After having had a hard day at the office, you may not want to think about the problems of the world and to think about homelessness. I also get that homeless people can be annoying. They can be rude, or they can be loud, or they can be drunk. A research that was conducted in Scotland last year showed that a third of Scottish people think homelessness happens because of drug or alcohol addictions. The Salvation Army, which is an organisation present in over 120 countries and have shelters here in Edinburgh, showed that actually 43% of people who are in their shelters are there because of a relationship breakdown. This means that at one point in their lives, they lost the connection they had with the people they had around them. Only 10% of people are there because of drug or alcohol addiction. So throughout my time at the Homeless World Cup and in Greece and in Scotland, I've met some really inspiring people and I've listened to their stories. It's broken my heart sometimes, and it's made me laugh, and it's made me question the whole world. But it's also made me understand that homelessness can and does happen to anyone. In the UK, we are said to be 2 paychecks away from being unable to pay rent or mortgage. I know that if this happened to me, I could stay with my sister, I could stay with my friends for as long as I needed. But what if you can't? And so, remember when I asked you, why is it that we don't connect? I think part of the reason is because we never try to go beyond the surface. We never try to know that story and the details and the reasons why people are where they are. And I was thinking, how can I do this? How can I make people understand that feeling and understand the fact that I know my life is so rich thanks to having these people in it, and to share all the stories that I've heard and all the people that I've met. So at the end of last year, I created a social enterprise called Invisible Edinburgh. Invisible Edinburgh trains people who've experienced homelessness to become walking tour guides of their own city. The idea is, after training around themes such as public speaking, self-confidence, and the history of Edinburgh, people will be ready to take you on a tour and show you a side of the city that they know best, show you a side of their lives and their personality, show you that they are motivated, that they are funny, and that they are concerned about the world that they live in. Today we have 4 guides, though there are only 3 on the picture, and they all have a tailored tour. One of the biggest inspirations in my life, apart from my mother, is the woman in the middle of that picture, Biffy. She's one of the tour guides, and she's chosen as a theme, Powerful Women of Edinburgh. I really identify her as a powerful woman, though she might disagree, and I think she's a leader in her community. She had a really rough start in life and has experienced relationship breakdown, abuse, but today she volunteers and tries to keep positive. On paper, Elizabeth and I, Biffy and I, only have one thing in common, which is our age. But in reality, I know that's not true. We share a taste in bright coloured dresses, and we have a laugh around a cup of tea. So what is it that I'm trying to say? What's the message? I guess it's a pretty simple one. If someone says hi, try to say hi back. If you have 5 minutes spare during your lunch break, try to have a chat with the guy who's sitting on the streets by your office. It might not change the world, but it'll make a difference. And I want to share a story that one of the other speakers told me yesterday, actually. When preparing for these talks, we rehearse and practice and rehearse a bit more. And sometimes we practice in front of each other. So one of the speakers was saying to me that after listening to my talk, he decided that he's going to say hello to the lady that he sees on the street on his way to work. And he said something wonderful that really touched my heart. He said, every day as I say hello and she says hello back, it's as if she's waiting for me. And I can probably tell you that she is. So no, it won't change the world. But by making people feel like they are people again, it will definitely change theirs. Thank you.